Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
We do the same thing, man. We give you guys the best of sports talk radio. We got 2 times dope behind the boards today, man. They doing their thing and making sure the
2 times dope.
2 times dope. They making sure that the internet is popping and making sure that Cox Cable will get fired next week. So, to all of you entrepreneurs out there, it would be a great idea to go out and start your own cable company, internet company, so you could actually provide better service for the people.
Jason Cunningham, what's going on, man?
Of the greater Las Vegas area. It makes more sense to do that. You
we don't have a lot to choose from out here, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like most cities have at least 4 or 5 like legit ones. It's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. So, with that being said, there is plenty chips, plenty opportunity for you to go out and start your own cable network, internet network, so you could actually be in competition with those who fail people who pay their bills every month. Doesn't it astound you sometime when you pay your bill every month on time, whether it's on time or a few days late, but you get your bill paid, and sometimes the service that you're paying for doesn't quite work at its best. To me, it feels like those providers should take some money off. Like, you know what? This month, the internet was really slow across the valley. So instead of $100, we're going to charge you guys $50. I think that's fair. I think it's more than fair for the actual company to do that.
He should have free service for the next 3 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And to you guys out there who are performing lackluster in the bed, I think you should wash the dishes for at least a month.
Whoa.
Vacuum, dust, cleaning baseboards,
babysit your own kids, like you say on Facebook. Shouts out to all you single dads who say, "Yeah, I'm babysitting my son." You're babysitting your son. How does that sound?
How does that work?
It doesn't even work that way. Look, man, we got a lot of sports to talk to you guys about. We got a lot of real life to talk to you guys about, man. Follow Let the Ball Bounce on IG. Follow Let the Ball Bounce on Twitter, and that's with 1 T. Come on, man. It's not hard. Let the Ball Bounce on Facebook. We got the hottest sports talk page on social media.
Every day something hot on there.
Every day. I suggest you turn your notifications off if you work one of those jobs where you get in trouble for being on your phone. Because sometimes people will say things on the sports talk page that'll get you in your feelings a little bit. You know what I mean?
We've seen it on this page.
And we've seen it time and time again.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to allow you sports fans out there and you people who listen to sports on the radio, people who watch sports on TV, people who partake in sports, lost the other day. I think it was CTE. Stop blaming CTE for everything. It makes no sense. If that's the case, everybody who's been in a physical fight or fell and hit your head.
Who's played football.
Man, something.
Everybody who's played football, you have to have it.
Have you been in a physical fight before, like even as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, you got CTE. What about you, Quan? You ever been in a physical fight as a kid? Oh, how about this? Have you ever fell and hit your head?
Yeah.
You got CTE.
You got CTE.
To all you skateboarders out there who didn't wear helmets back in the 80s, pretty sure you got CTE too.
Yeah. So that gives you an excuse to go out and do some peculiar things.
It gives you an excuse.
And everybody will say, "Oh, it's because he has CTE."
It gives you an excuse to use an excuse. That's what it.
Yeah.
But that's what it is.
Dude could just be straight up a fool, ignorant.
Big ups to Girl Chat Sports out there, Melissa and Mo and Mel.
Mo and Mel.
you guys are doing great things. I see. You
I
guys
like the third party they had in
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
Third party was all right.
guys, if you're fans of Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, please watch Girl Chat Sports.
Wasn't she?
Please watch Girl Chat Sports, man. They know
Yeah.
what they're talking about. And there's some beautiful young ladies, man, that
Very knowledgeable.
yeah, very knowledgeable. And so there you go. There was your plug. We always take care of people
They
who
give
take
us
care
plugs?
of us. Yeah, they do.
They do.
They do. They do. So please take a moment right now to share the live broadcast. If you are listening on the Gorilla Cross app, please take a moment to text a friend or send them a link so they can listen like you. Makes no sense for you to have the best and not want to share it. Why is it that people don't want to share the good things in their life, but they want to share the bad things? You want me to give you an example? Let me call the homie. I had a bad day at work today. He just can't wait to tell you about all the negative stuff that happened at work today. Instead of calling and telling you, you know what? I had a great day at work today.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start sharing. We need to start sharing more positive things in life.
Great things.
Like share the broadcast. That's positive. You share Let the Ball Bounce broadcast right now. That's the most positive thing that you're going to do today. I'm not saying it's the only. I'm saying it's the most positive thing. You're going to help somebody. You're going to help somebody realize something in themselves. Because we talk about sports, but we also talk about the human in you. The individual that's inside of you.
There may be something today you might hear that'll help you out.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's
Or
gonna
change your whole perspective.
It looks like we got Bet You're Not. Is this Armando?
This is Armando.
What's up, buddy?
What's
How you
going
doing,
on,
man?
buddy?
We appreciate the phone call, G.
Going on, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so wasn't in Orlando, Pro Bowl, good times. Still waiting to hear back and make sure Lamar gets MVP. Still waiting to hear on that. But that is, I guess that's up. But there's a lot of things going on in the sports world this week.
It is, man.
A lot of stuff going on.
It is. How
Venus and Serena at the Australian Open.
They are.
Wow.
Hub City
Both
is
of them are
bounced.
out.
Hub City is bounced. Let me ask you a question, Armando.
Well,
since you brought this,
go ahead.
Since you brought this up in the beginning, the Pro Bowl. How much stock do you put into the Pro Bowl? As a football fan, as a person who actually watches football, loves the sport, how much stock do you actually put?
I think it's kind of lost its edge, unfortunately. I mean, I guess somebody like, I guess in the 90s, it was something to enjoy, and now it's kind of just like, eh. Because it used to be in Honolulu, and now it's like Orlando. Okay. And I guess, I don't know, it's just kind of lost its edge. So I don't look forward to it as like I used to.
So let me
I used
ask
to
you,
really enjoy the Pro Bowl.
and I know you say that. I know you said that maybe it's lost its edge. Has it ever had an edge? Because I can't even. I mean, I'm 40. I'm 43, bros. I can't even tell you how many times I've actually watched a full.
You're not that much older than me, my guy.
Right, but what I'm telling you is, out of being on this earth, as long as I've been here, I cannot tell you how many times I've actually sat and watched a full Pro Bowl, or even gave a damn.
I mean, I used to like for me, I mean, if we're going to go back, I mean, I used to watch, I used to enjoy the Barry Sanders and I used to enjoy those when I don't know, I guess you got a point there. I mean,
I think more in the
I don't
90s.
know.
I think more in the 90s leading up to the early 2000s, they meant more. They meant something more than they do now. You know, nowadays, you know, these dudes can go down on a soft tissue injury, just out there, you know,
Soft tissue injury,
just out there warming up before the game. You know, so
very true.
You know, it's pretty much a touch football game to me right now.
I mean, but the other thing is too, the game has certainly evolved since then, right? I mean, you couldn't get away with like Pepper Johnson knocking Joe Montana out of the game.
Yeah.
In the early 90s when he literally knocked Joe Montana out for like almost 2 years. I mean, so I see the point where Bill's coming from, but I think some of the evolution is good as well. What we're seeing with CTE, we didn't know anything about that back then. That's something to take seriously.
Yes.
And I think for the individuals to protect themselves and protect their ability to earn future earnings in their family, I think that there's some things that need to evolve, right? But I agree with the touch aspect of it, but there are also some things that needed to evolve. I never thought that we would see the extra point be how many yards back now. That was something to get used to. It used to kind of be like, all right, that's a given. It's kind of 1 point here, there you go. And now it's you
not
can actually
guaranteed.
miss.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed.
So, I mean, there's been some evolution that has needed to certainly happen. And with the same respect, I think getting back to the Pro Bowl, I have to probably defer and give the point to Dre and that, yeah, maybe did it really ever have an edge? I was being kind and saying that it's lost its edge. I don't recall watching a Pro Bowl maybe since 92, 93. So, yeah, I would tend to agree with Dre. And I think, but Bill makes some good points too. But as well, for me, though, I still enjoy football. I'm starting to enjoy college more than I am pro, which is weird for me because I used to love pro football. And so I don't know. I mean, just the game of football is certainly just still has a personal touch, place, and feel in my heart.
Right.
I really enjoy the game of football, and I enjoy being a fan of the NFL.
I think the Pro Bowl should be for. I mean, if you want to really get a look at some practice squad players or some guys like that in a game setting, you can do it that way too.
Yes.
But a lot of these veterans, I don't think they'll go out there for the fun of the game and they'll just run around but they're not really going to put 100 effort into that game.
No.
Maybe we could have the best of college versus the best of pro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
you still give.
I think you need to.
You still give out your awards for MVP, all that at the football awards, but the game, having veterans playing that game is kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
For me though too, another thing I want to transition from the Pro Bowl if y'all don't mind. I think I really want to advocate for an 8-team playoff in college football. I think we need to expand the college playoff system. And because people really enjoy March Madness, right?
They sure
when
do.
you can have March Madness and you can have Cinderella teams, and I can remember the year George Mason made it deep into the Final Four. I would love to see Cinderella teams that are undefeated and somebody playing in Montana maybe have a shot. Not that will ever happen, but it's possible, right? That's when we can really have, because it's the playoff system, I think, has dynamically changed college football for the better.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely had the best two teams in it this year, for sure. Yeah. Nobody can argue that point.
No. Yeah, 2 undefeated teams.
Yeah. So, do we think a Central Florida could beat any of those teams? Undefeated Central Florida?
No.
Come on, let's keep it 100. No. They can't.
They can't. They look different too.
Yeah.
But Bill, while you're joking, let me remind you, there was this nice little team back in whatever it was in the mid 2000s named Oklahoma that didn't think a Boise State could upset it either.
Yeah.
Very true.
And anybody can lose on any given Sunday, Saturday, Tuesday, whatever it is. And in this case they play on Saturday, but
right.
Yeah, anybody can lose in those games.
I don't think
a field goal or
but I don't think Oklahoma was a good team back then, but they weren't really a powerhouse team like these two teams that we just saw in the national championship game this year.
I can't even say anything to that. As much as I don't like LSU, I was cheering for Clemson, and I still think it was a horrible game, but
I've seen better.
LSU deserved to win, and they won.
Yeah, and I've seen better. We've all seen better national championship games from two teams. Did I think that the quarterback from Clemson was going to not throw a touchdown? Absolutely not. So, I think the better team won. It looked like LSU outcoached, in my opinion, the coach over at Clemson.
Here's another question, though. That scandal with OBJ and all that, do you think that might come back to haunt LSU in the next few months?
Interesting. Well, I know that
I think Bill Logan throws a good curveball there because certainly I think that if any of the previous controversies or scandals that have happened, they always seem to rock those teams, whether it be the taking away of scholarships, punishment, etc. I think there's something to be said with that.
Yeah. I mean, and it was real money.
And I don't think OBJ is going to go away at all. I don't think it's going to go away.
Yeah.
No,
that was real money. Joe Burrow even said it. That was real. That was real money.
Armando, man, we appreciate the phone call, man. We appreciate you, bros. What you doing today?
All right, man. Y'all have a good one.
What you got on your agenda today, though? Before you get out, what you got on your agenda today?
I'm actually going to. If I was in Vegas right now, I'd be going to Eclipse to see a movie. So I'm going to see a movie since I'm not in Vegas.
Okay.
Gonna go see something. So.
All right.
But shout out to Eclipse Theater, by the way.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Eclipse Theater.
Appreciate that, man. Armando, man.
All right, y'all.
Stay listening to the show,
all right,
man.
Brother.
Hey, and I will be
Always.
as soon as I get my apparel and stuff back from the shop, man. I'm gonna be sending you some stuff, so I ain't forget about you.
No doubt, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, you know.
Much love. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one, man.
Bye-bye.
Let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man. Your guy Dre Bailey, Bill Blockham, Logan in the building, man. Gorilla Cross Studios here with 2 times dope behind the mic, man. I thought they was really third. MC Search and
Third base.
thought they was third base back here, man.
Wasn't third base all white people, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not white, man. Come on, dog. Dang, man.
Was third base all white?
I'm pretty sure.
You sure? I think
Pop goes the weasel, the weasel. I couldn't stand them, to be real.
Right.
You couldn't stand third base?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
You didn't like that Cactus album?
No.
Man, you tripping.
I didn't like most white rappers back then.
Man, third base was dope.
Nah,
I'm sorry,
that was good.
in my opinion.
They just look corny.
When they came out, they were dope. Now, if you're asking me now, it's a different.
I think we got
Dip-
good songs.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, MC Search was partly involved in helping put Nas on. Am I correct about this?
I don't know that.
Yeah, I think
that's some good hip hop facts if you're
yeah,
right.
it's
that-
a good
that I
hip
don't
hop
know.
fact.
We might have to look that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So if we got another caller, caller.
got
What's your
scared.
name? What's your question?
They got scared. We're calling it back.
It's all good. It's all good. Look, man, we had a lot to talk about in sports, man. The Pro Bowl, I think that was a good question. Just how much stock does anybody put into the Pro Bowl, man?
Zero.
And,
Keep it 100.
yeah,
You ain't watching it, are you?
no, I'm
Okay.
not. I completely forgot about the Pro Bowl until Armando brought it up.
So
Literally.
zero.
Literally. So, I mean, but people who love football, they just, they don't want to see football end. And those of you who don't
There's
have,
still a great game left.
yes, it's a great game. And those of you who don't have a team that's about to play
Can't wait for another week.
another week that's not going to be playing in the actual Super Bowl,
Yeah. Wait for another week.
shame on you.
Yeah.
I
love football too.
Yeah.
I can wait for another week.
I can too.
Yeah.
I can too. There's plenty of college basketball for you guys to get into right now, man.
Kakalaki won today.
Yeah, I see that.
Y'all still on Roy's head?
Yes, man.
Why?
Just because we beat Appalachian State don't mean that he can keep his job. Look, Roy Williams, the head coach for the North Carolina Tar Heels, is on my hot seat. He's on Goose's hot seat. And if you are any North Carolina Tar Heel fan, he should be on your hot seat too. The guy is just not connecting with the younger players right now. Let's keep it 100. This North Carolina team is trash. Outside of Greg Anthony's son, who's not playing right now due to a knee injury. This is probably one of the weakest North Carolina basketball team's products that I've seen in a long time. And he can only do what he can do with so much.
What is the recruiting class? Is this a good recruiting class that he has in?
I thought it was. I mean, they had Cole.
Yeah.
They got Cole Anthony.
Yeah.
And before he was hurt, I mean, yikes.
I mean, because a lot of these dudes you're not going to keep but for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. I
You
mean,
have a whole new crop come in.
most of the college basketball players, if you are some of the best in the country, only come to school for 1 or 2 years, and they're looking to make that long money after that. It's very rare you find a dope college basketball player that actually finishes all 4 years.
Yeah.
Can we name one?
Especially the big major programs.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, guys might stay 1-2 years, and then you got a whole new crop coming in. So he's going to have a whole new crop coming in next year.
Yeah, with these big high universities, you get high turnover when it comes to recruits and incoming freshman class, high school All-Americans and things like that. So we got a caller. What's your name? What's your question?
Yo, it's your boy Goose Thomas, man, live from Duck Creek, Utah.
Duck Creek.
What's good with it, fellas?
Nothing much,
Duck
man. We heard
Creek.
you out there in your onesie pajamas eating marshmallows under the sun.
Drinking hot cocoa.
You know what, bro? I started to get the onesie. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. I really did. I started to get the Batman onesie, man, but they didn't have my size, man. They had the 2X, so I had to pass on that, bro.
Well, I think maybe you should have just still squeezed your butt into that young medium.
That's a negative, sir. That's a negative, sir. I like to breathe, sir. I like to breathe. I don't know if y'all can hear it in the background, man, but it's snowmobiles going all around, man. We on a little hike right now, man, walking Duck Creek out here, man, in Utah, man. It's beautiful. Snow-capped, man. It's gorgeous, man.
Well, what we're going to do, man, is we're going to talk to you for a small second, and we're going to let you get back to, wifey and the festivities that you guys, because we definitely don't want to take away from that. But we were talking about our North Carolina Tar Heels and Roy Williams and why he's on the hot seat.
Look, man, just because you beat a depleted Miami team does not take you off the hook, man. It doesn't. Miami was big-time shorthanded. I think they were missing 2, maybe even 3 of their very best players today, man. And we ended up beating them by 28, and we looked good. We shot the ball well, but I don't count that, bro. We're still 2-6 in the conference, 9-10 overall. I'm not buying this one bit. But the crazy part about it is, though, Dre, we got 4 McDonald All-Americans that have already committed to UNC coming in next year
because they know that we are trash this year, and it's like, you know what? If they're looking for a university to go to,
North Carolina attracts kids, man.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, so
and I don't think you're
going to get them.
Yeah, it's not Roy. It's the school.
Yeah.
It's not Roy Williams. It's the school. Everybody wants to play in the Dean Dome. Everybody wants to wear that Jordan brand on their chest, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's be honest about this.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, man.
Yeah, and we're looking, Let the Ball Bounce is looking for Jordan to sponsor our show so he can get us some nice Jordan polos here at Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man.
Yeah.
Somebody reach out to Jordan's people's please. And Goose, I would think that you are the closest to Jordan. The fact that you probably smoke more cigars or just as many as he does.
Yeah, man. Look, his realm of smoking cigars and the people that he smoked with, we're not around the same folks, man. So.
We'll get there.
You never know.
We'll get there then.
Exactly. Hey, that's exactly what I was going to say, man. You never know.
Yeah,
you never know. Yeah, absolutely. You never know, man. Yes, indeed, man. But I heard y'all talking about the Pro Bowl, man, and I know we spoke about, this particular subject, a while back, and I still stand on my comments, man. It's pointless. I view the Pro Bowl just like I view the NBA All-Star Game. I think it's just for the casual fan, man. I really do. I really just think it's pointless at this juncture, man. These dudes, they out here, they get what, 25,000, 35,000 if they win, and it's really just a vacation for these guys at the end of the day, man. So I I say, man, I honestly say we can do away with it, man. To be totally honest, man, and nobody would miss it at all.
Right. Well, I think what they should do is get rid of the actual Pro Bowl game. Still announce all of the Pro Bowl winners or people who are actually who made the Pro Bowl, and then pay for all of those guys to just go out and have a vacation on the National Football League.
Or to take it even further, Bill, and you're probably like this, actually make it into a flag football game.
Yeah.
Like I think an actual flag football game, 8-man contact flag football game would actually be good.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be
if
dope.
you actually make it that way. Sure it would.
Yeah.
Sure it would.
And now you don't have to worry about going out there and really putting your franchise player or defensive player or quarterback out there and getting hurt and things like that. And just do a nice little flag football game, it just pay for them to have a nice vacation.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it'll go over, a little bit better with the fans, to be honest with you, man. Because it just seems like they just out there for show, really, man. But at least in a flag game, they actually play hard. There's no real live contact, and you get to, see your favorite player still get down. So I think that'd be good.
I think they could do a skills version, a 2-day skills version, of the Pro Bowl, and have the finals like on Sunday.
Right.
Do a fastest man, competition. Something like that.
That'd be dope.
Right. Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Interesting, man.
But the game itself, enough already. Enough already, man.
How's the weather out there where you at, G?
Man, it's gorgeous out here, man. I wish I could send you a picture of actually where I'm standing right now. I can see, like, basically the entire resort.
Wow.
From where I'm standing right now, man. I mean, everything covered in powder, man. It's crazy up here, man. Got to get to Duck Creek, man. When you get a chance, bro, you got to come up here, man. It's crazy.
So you're telling me that Duck Creek is a beautiful place to be right now. The weather is good.
Yes.
It gives you a sense of peace, and it kind of helps you kind of clear your mind, right?
Yes, indeed, man. Absolutely, man. We did a little boogie boarding earlier this morning, man. Down where our cabin is, man. It's like a steep hill.
Okay.
So we were able to, do the little boogie boarding down the hill, man. We did that for a couple of hours, man. Now we, just basically walking around the resort here, man. So it's pretty cool out here, man.
Okay. Well,
really
since you've already described how nice it is, how, just how at peace it is to be there, maybe you shouldn't invite us and you need to invite Antonio Brown. Before you get out of here, we're going to get your comments on Mr. Antonio Brown. Maybe you should invite him. Maybe he needs a little peace of mind to get,
He does, man. Some mental evaluation. I mean, that part I'm not the mental health professional, so I can't, help him out with. I mean, I did, major in psychology, but I don't. I'm not qualified to help him out. But like I said the other day, man, I think at this point, and I put him and Josh Gordon, in the same boat. Football is not something they need to be worried about right now, man. It's just not. And to Bill's point that he made, it's crazy that we care about his situation more than he does.
Yeah.
I think that's weird, bro. That's super duper weird that we care about him as a human being more than he cares about himself as a human being.
But when people do that, when people actually do that, that means we generally and genuinely want the best for you.
Sure.
But when you don't want the best for yourself, at some point we got to step back and say, hey, man, do what you do.
Yeah, do what you do. If you want to down that hill, I mean, you're a grown man, you're a grown woman, down the hill by yourself, man. Just don't drag nobody else along with you.
Right.
That's my thing. Don't drag nobody else along with you. And right now, Antonio Brown is dragging those kids along with him, and that's not fair to them at all.
I'm so glad that you brought up the kids because I think that is what is being missed right now in all of the Antonio Brown shenanigans that's been taking place
Absolutely.
Children.
over the past
Yeah.
couple of months.
Yeah.
Is the fact that
Yeah,
he is exhibiting this behavior in front of his kids.
Yep.
He's actually went on live and cursed
Unbelievable.
out cops and things like that in front of his kids. And so now his kids are seeing the type of behavior that he wants them to see, the type of behavior that we're going to wonder in the next 20 years, why is Antonio Brown's son doing this? Why is Antonio Brown's son in jail again for putting his hands on a woman? You know, we are the greatest example for our kids. And the fact that you haven't took that in consideration
It's sad.
while your kids are around
man.
is
Tragic.
very sad, and it's tragic.
Yeah.
There are things that I do or I may partake in or whatever, but never around my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
Never.
there is a certain
Wow.
there's a certain type of way that I talk, walk,
Yep.
and behave around my kids.
right.
Now, whether you guys know Dre Day to be out in the street doing God knows whatever, my kids think that I'm a saint.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Right.
Because dad talks like a saint. He walks like a saint. He cooks food like a saint. He's for us.
That's right.
He picks us up from school like a saint. He's a saint. You can't tell my kids
Yeah.
nothing negative about dad,
That's right. That's right.
right?
Absolutely.
But if
Absolutely.
I behave in a manner, in a way in front of my kids where
Well,
I'm letting them know that it's okay to behave this way, come on, man.
that's it.
Maybe the courts should step in and say,
Mhm.
we're going to take the kids from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll straighten his act up. Because if you're a
Absolutely.
real father, to all you real fathers out there who are very highly involved in their kids' lives, let the courts or anyone tell you that
Yeah.
they're going to take your kids from you, and
Man.
real dads shape up quick if there's any shaping up to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Got that right.
I hate to mention this movie, man, but last night the beginning of Mrs. Doubtfire came on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and rest
Yes, sir.
in heaven, Robin Williams. And I'm gonna make a point here. I'm clearly gonna make a point here. In the beginning of this movie, Robin Harris had this, happy-go-lucky, carefree, not really worried about consequences type of life
Mhm.
with his kids.
Sure did.
With his kids.
Sure did.
Had a birthday party at the house. I mean, he had mules running in and out the house. He had kids jumping up and down on the furniture. And the mom comes home.
Yeah.
From work, working hard.
Tripping.
Working hard, though, because he just quit his job because that's just something that he's just used to doing,
Right.
And she come home. She see the house a hot mess, and she proceeds to tell him, I want a divorce, which broke him to his knees. Okay.
Yep.
Let me tell you what knocked him on his back. When he went to court and the judge said, you need supervised visits with your kids.
Yeah.
He was like, no.
No. You mean I can't even have him?
You know what I'm saying?
Have somebody over your
It's
shoulder
crazy.
while you
It's crazy.
visiting with your kids.
So,
All right, that's
Insane.
enough.
It's insane.
so
Yeah.
That's insane.
if anything can be done in this situation for Antonio Brown, and I'm not wishing any bad luck on anyone, I
Yeah.
am the total believer in owning up to, the things that you do and, being held accountable. And so if you're doing these things in front of your kids, I think maybe the court
Right.
should step in and tell him that he needs supervised visits for his kids, or maybe the kids
Yeah.
need to be flat out taken away from his
Yeah.
custody
Yeah.
and given right
Absolutely.
back to the mom that you threw a bag of.
Well, they're with her. They're with her.
Yeah, but maybe he shouldn't get a chance to see them
Well,
now.
if I was her, I probably wouldn't let them go see him right now in the state that he's in.
Not until that mental evaluation is given
Yeah.
back. And Goose, we'll let you comment on it real quick before we get you up out of here, man.
Yeah. Look, man, I totally agree, bro. Like, I don't have anything to add to that. I told you guys exactly how I felt about it, man. He needs to step away from football and get his life straight. He needs to get his life right. And maybe, like you said, Dre, getting those kids away from him, taking those kids away from him to where he just flat can't see him anymore, maybe that'll be the wake-up call for him to say, you know what, I'm really effing this thing up, man. And it's not just life in general. I'm effing up life right now.
Yeah.
And
not
you know
my
what?
career, not football, my life.
And
Yeah.
you know
which
what's
is
the
far more important than football.
And when you know what's the saddest thing is, and everybody wants him to get the help and wants him to get the best help that he can get.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is on him.
It's on him.
The rest of it is on him. They can get
Facts,
the best of the best, people to go help him out to find out what his problem is. But the rest of it is up to him to really take ownership and say, you know what, I surrender. Yeah, this is me.
Absolutely.
And I've been wrong.
Totally agree.
That's
You know.
it.
Totally agree, baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. That's it, bro. That's it right there, man.
And I need to change.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. That's it right there, bro.
Goose in the building,
Yeah,
man. I'm
Yes, sir.
jelly,
Yes,
man.
sir,
I
bro.
want to be able to
Yeah,
hang out and enjoy my time.
Oh,
So
too.
you want to have the onesies on with the marshmallow and
Nah, that ain't
and
happening.
the cocoa?
Man, I ain't do
That
that, like I
ain't
said,
And the
man,
hot
I ain't
cocoa?
do the onesie this time. I ain't do the onesie, man. We did the hot cocoa thing. We had a real good steak dinner last night, man. Woke up, had a little brunch, man. This morning, man. It was excellent. And like I said, man, we did the little boogie boarding, and now we on this little hike, man. Seeing the resort, man. So this is good vacation time, man. Good getaway time, man.
It is.
And, it ain't far away from Vegas, but it's far enough where you can say, you know what, I left the house.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
just
it.
For a little, I can call this really a staycation, honestly, man. We ain't too far away from home.
Yeah.
Well, y'all be safe.
man.
Y'all be safe
Yes,
out
we
there,
do.
man. We appreciate you giving us a call in, G.
Absolutely, man. Great show as always, man. We appreciate everybody that chimes in to us every single Tuesday and Saturday, man. Everybody that chimes in on the Facebook page, man. It's greatly appreciated, man. And please, y'all keep chiming in and let the ball bounce, man, because we got so much more in store for you guys. I promise you that.
Super Bowl
I promise,
Media
I
Day
promise,
is
I promise.
upon us in what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Monday or
Yeah,
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think it's Tuesday. Yep. Yeah, man. So big shout out to Quan 59, man, on the boards, man. James, if he there, man, we appreciate y'all boys, man. Big time.
Yeah, man. Goose in the building, man, out there in Utah, man,
Yeah.
spending some quality time with the fam bam, man. We
Yes,
wish
do,
him
man.
all of the fun and be safe out there, G, man. And
No doubt,
shoot, man.
Shout out to y'all boys, man. All love. Shout out
Appreciate
to
it.
y'all boys.
All
man.
right.
tell everybody we said what's up, G.
Absolutely, bro. You
All
know
right,
it.
all right, fam.
All
Hey,
right,
that was Goose calling in from Utah, man, out
You
there.
guys be giving the longest goodbyes to a Goose. Goose,
What's
Goose got a 5-minute goodbye when he gets off the phone. Love you guys, man.
It's a-
Hey, before we let you go,
it's not goodbye. It's see you later.
See you in a
It's see
minute.
you later. So big ups to all you real fathers out there who do any and everything to show your kids what type of person that you truly are in front of them, who lead by example. And I'm not saying
and how you should act.
yeah, and how you should
As a
act and behave
parent.
and just kind of carry yourself in front of the public eye, man. And whether these athletes want to be looked at as role models or not, these are the positions that they are already in. And so I expect you to behave accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Me owning a couple of businesses here and on social media twice a week live, there's a certain type of way that I have to carry myself here. And these are things that my kids see.
Yeah.
And so not saying that Antonio Brown is not a good dad. That's not what you heard Dre Day say. It's not what you heard Bill Logan say. It's not what you heard Goose say. We didn't say he wasn't being a good dad. We're saying that the behaviors that he's exhibiting right now is not good dad behavior. Okay? It's the bottom line. Look, we on fire today, man. We
Yeah.
got another call. Caller. What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, this is LJ from Las Vegas, man. How y'all doing, man?
LJ
Going on?
in the building. What it do?
Oh, everything's gravy, man. So I watch the show faithfully, man, but I just wanted to say what's up to y'all and add a little bit to the Antonio Brown thing,
Yeah.
man. So you know how all of us, like whatever people we hang around, we all have or put ourselves in a position to be around people who are going to add some sort of substance to who we are as a person, right?
That's very true.
I really don't think that he has those people. I think he has a bunch of yes men around him that are enabling him to do what he's doing, and it's pretty toxic.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad, LJ, that you called and said that, because not a lot of people really look at that aspect. It's the company you keep. You know what I'm saying? And so when you are around a whole bunch of people, like LJ said, that are yes men and just agreeing to whatever he's doing, there's not really a quote unquote mentor in his corner to pull him to the side and say, look, man, this is not the way. And maybe it is. And maybe he's kicked them out that corner too.
And here's another part to that. When you've been told yes for years and years and never told no, then people put you on a pedestal as the best wide receiver in the game. Plus, they give you the money. What does that do to a dude's ego? To a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of guys' egos inflate to, nobody can tell me nothing now.
Yeah.
Because I got the money, I got the clout from everybody, the stature, and hey, nobody can tell me anything. That's another thing that can be toxic to some people, not all. Because we've seen a lot of people, get that adulation, get the money, and they're still humble and do what they do, But some people can't handle it.
We'll see where the people that are around him are now, since he's, since he's been arrested or whatnot. We'll see how long they stick around now.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
When your back is up against the wall, that's how you know what type of real friends or what type of real family that you have in your corners. When your back is up against the wall,
and there could have been people that telling him to, man, Antonio, I don't think you should be doing that. And he's probably, man, I'm Antonio Brown. You can't tell me nothing. At that point, what did you do? You put your hands up and say, okay,
right. Step away. Put your hands up. Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a great point, LJ. We appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man.
Yes, sir.
LJ in the building.
Bring me some of that barbecue, LJ.
Hey, I got you, man. Hey, invite me on a Saturday, man. I'll come through.
All right, for sure.
All right.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's up.
You know it, man. Yeah, man. So, this is what we do, man. We talk sports, man. We talk real life here at Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio. LTBB crew in the building. Your guy, Dre Bailey, Bill Blockham, Logan, and Goose is out there in Utah, man.
And real talk, LJ, I'm not sure if you've had this barbecue yet, but you got some of the best barbecue in the city.
In Vegas.
Trust me.
Okay, well, then we're going to have to get him on the show so we can get some barbecue. And we'll pay you too, LJ.
Yeah.
I'll contribute to the LJ fund.
Yeah.
There's a lot of GoFundMe funds and things on Facebook when it's people's birthday and stuff. You donate to my favorite, birthday fund. Boy,
I had a cat say he was on a Facebook fast. This dude popped up on his birthday to put up his cash tag.
Oh.
Like, dog, that's not a fast, bro.
Yeah, that's not a fast.
You'll never hear me on my birthday asking for money.
It's ridiculous.
Even if I need it. That's just not even in my character to even do that. So let the ball bounce. Sports Talk Radio, man. We have NBA All-Star East and West selection. How much stock?
You looking for more stock?
I'm looking for more stock, man. I'm looking for more stock. How much stock do we put into the NBA All-Star game? And the people that was voted for the starters. How much stock? Pull up the starter. And can we pull up the starting East and West for the NBA All-Star game? Let's pull up the starters real quick and go over the starters so we can critique each one. I think that each person that made it should have, except for Kawhi Leonard. He's had way too many load management days, and I think that spot could have been filled with somebody else who is playing really well in the West, like Ja Morant, maybe.
Yeah.
Why not?
You got Giannis and LeBron. They both were the
Captains.
top vote getters, so they're both captains. And there is no East and West anymore, so they pick. But, the starters still came from the East and from the West, and then they picked from there. The East starters, Kemba Walker.
Deserves it.
Pascal Siakam.
I don't know about that, bros. He's been up and down in this year with injury. He's missed a lot of games due to injury. but he still made it.
Joel
It's a
Embiid.
question mark, because he may not even be playing because he's dealing with an injury right now. So that may be another spot that may be filled.
And Trae Young.
I think that Trae Young should have made it. He's been balling out.
His stats
Like,
are ridiculous.
Young-
they're up there with everybody.
Yes,
Yeah.
young loose hair over there.
Young loose fro.
Over there looking like Lionel Richie's illegitimate stepson. Yeah, he does. He does look like El DeBar. He looks like one of the DeBarges.
Yeah, one of the DeBarges.
Like Chico's son.
Chico's son. Bunny's son.
Yeah, yeah. But I think he should have made the All-Star game.
Yeah,
He deserves it. In the East, for sure.
So who do you guys think is missing major league? With I'm gonna go with Jimmy.
I
Buckets.
think Jimmy Buckets should have made it over Siakam.
Yeah.
This year. That's just me, though. I don't see a lot of, Ben Simmons should not have made it, which he didn't so far. But what I'm saying is, like, he shouldn't be on there. So if anybody's lobbying for Ben Simmons, please give us a call.
He'll probably be one of the reserves. He'll get one of the, he'll be
Most
on
likely,
the team.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll be on the team.
Yeah. What about your boy Tatum? Tatum's balling this year as a reserve.
But
Yeah,
is there
he'll
anybody
be-
on the starter list
yeah.
that you think, like, anybody snubbed from the starter list
No.
besides Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Buckets got slighted.
And he'll be on the team as well.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
He'll be on
You
the
don't
team.
think Trae Young?
Yeah. We got somebody that don't agree with Trae Young being there. I do, man. Trae Young is a hooper right now,
Yeah.
man.
I don't agree with him being a starter. I agree with him being an all-star, but not a starter. I would have had Jimmy Buckets in there over him. as a
Okay, and
starter.
what about Siakam, though? There's room. Siakam, maybe being a reserve, but yeah. So
Trae's
that,
a baller. But the West is James Harden,
he should be an all-star.
Kawhi Leonard,
That's a question mark to me.
Luka,
That's the great pick.
and Anthony Davis.
It's a good
I
pick.
think they got it pretty right. I mean,
Yeah, they got that
Kawhi's the
right.
only question mark, and for him to be a question mark, that's a pretty good
No.
starting five right there.
And the
but yeah,
only-
he hasn't played enough games, I think.
Yeah, the only reason I'm giving Kawhi Leonard a question mark is because of the low management games that he has been sitting so far in this young NBA season. That's just me. But when he's out there, the boy looks like the best player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he plays.
Got a triple-double, last night or the night before?
Wasn't it his first triple-double, too?
Yeah.
His first triple-double of his career.
Talking about Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Yeah. First one ever.
First one ever.
That was weird when I heard that because I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah. First one ever. So, Paul George didn't make the start, as a starter, which I don't think he should have either. But, he's missed a lot of games, and so has Kawhi Leonard. I mean,
So Giannis and LeBron have already picked?
No.
they haven't picked
They
the
haven't picked
reserves yet.
Oh, okay.
But, just the starters.
Because reserves, I think, are announced next week.
Yep.
And then they do the draft where
Okay.
they pick out of everybody.
Yeah. I think that's pretty dope. The fact that you're West, you're on the team on the West, and you can pick someone from the East to be on your team. I'm pretty sure it's
Kyrie be on the team?
I'm pretty sure Kyrie is going to be on somebody's team. So will Bradley Beal. I think Dinwiddie should be a reserve somewhere because he's played a lot more games than Kyrie, and he's been trying to hold it down for that Brooklyn squad who's struggling right now.
Who is this year's D'Angelo Russell
on that team?
on any team? Because a lot of people didn't think he should have been on there last year either.
Who, D'Angelo?
Yeah.
Oh, no. D'Angelo deserved to be on there
An
last year.
All-Star?
Yes, most definitely. I
Does
mean,
he deserve it this year? You think he might be a reserve this year?
it's going to be hard to do it this year on the worst team in the National Basketball Association, with that being the Golden State Warriors. But look at who's out and who's hurt for that team. Draymond Green is
I think John Morant should make it.
John Morant should make it. But, they don't really put a lot of rookies on first-year players on the NBA All-Star. You got to be, like LeBron James or Magic Johnson type of,
Dame
player.
will be on the team.
Dame will definitely be on there. And if you're going to put somebody like Kawhi Leonard on the team, CJ McCollum needs to be on there, even though he's out right now with an injury, but him and Dame been carrying that team. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. The NBA season right now is very interesting. It's very unpredictable. What I didn't see is Houston being in the 6th, 7th, 8th spot right now. They're in the lower half of the West, and I didn't see that. They had like a 5 or 6 game slide. And
behind the terrible shooting
of
Mr. Harden.
And you're gonna get that.
Maybe should leave the frohawk on.
Maybe take them braids out. They're a little too tight. They're a little bit too tight.
A bit.
I never. You're gonna get inconsistency when it comes to the amount of bricks that James Harden is putting up. Why? Because he's a volume shooter. The guy is gonna get up at least 30 shots a game. It's highly impossible. And ask Allen Iverson this. Ask Michael Jordan this. Kobe Bryant this. Guys who put up volume shots. It's hard to continue a great percentage putting up 30 shots every single game.
4 of the worst 3-point shooting games have been from Mr. Harden in the history of the game.
Yikes.
In the history of the game.
Looks like he's trying to catch Kobe with the most missed field goals. But in order to be great, you got to be able to be great enough to take those shots and be okay with the consequence.
That's one thing he's not afraid of.
He's definitely not afraid of putting it up.
He's not afraid of shooting that thing.
Definitely not.
No.
Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. You're on with your guy, Dre Bailey, Bill Blockham, Logan. Caller. What's your name? What's your question?
My name's Antonio Holiday, and I'm actually calling to call in and put a little.
What's up with it, G?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Mr. Simron Memorial alum, and this is the head coach of the freshman girls basketball team? JV girls basketball team, man. And before you even get a word out, man, I'm gonna acknowledge you. I'm gonna acknowledge you real quick. Antonio Holiday, man, has kids, coaches his kids, and he's a. I can vouch that he's a good father. He brings his kids to the basketball court when he does play, and he still finds time to donate his time to the JV girls basketball team over at Simron Memorial, and he's still willing to be a coach, father figure, mentor to young adults, man. And so not enough salute is given to our own here in Las Vegas, and I'm here to salute you, brother. We appreciate the phone call, G.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Thank you. And served my country. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's up with it, man?
Okay, see, I'm calling this because I have to chime in a little bit about Anthony Davis. I feel like what y'all said about him deserving to be on the All-Star, I'm just throw a couple numbers at you. He averages 26, 9, and 3.
Okay.
Why doesn't Karl Anthony Towns get the spot over him? He averages 26, 10, and 4.
Check the defense. Check the defensive stats.
On the defense, his defensive rating is a bit lower. I do agree with that. But at the same time, the input...
A lot a bit lower than Anthony Davis.
If Anthony Davis was still on the Pelicans or by himself, do you think he would still be the same production that he was doing when he was with the Pelicans?
That's a great question.
Or do you think the LeBron factor is actually helping him?
That's a great, and you know what? That is a very great question because, in my opinion, LeBron James is definitely helping Anthony Davis be a better basketball player by force feeding him, getting him the ball when it's needed. He's helping Anthony Davis be a greater player. Was Anthony Davis great already on his own? Yes. But with LeBron's help, he's greater. So that argument right there, I don't know if he would be still putting up the same numbers. I would like to say yes, because it seems like great players put up better numbers on bad teams. Let's look at, Brandon Ingram right now. He wasn't putting up those type of numbers with a better team that he had last year, but now he plays with the Pelicans. He's getting more shots. He's getting more opportunities. He's getting more minutes. And so, that becomes a factor also. But, I think that Anthony Davis deserves to be a starter over Karl-Anthony Towns. Number one, Karl-Anthony Towns probably missed more games than Anthony Davis this year due to injury. I just think that, in order for Karl-Anthony Towns to be looked at as, a perennial all-star, he needs someone to help complement his game and help take him to the next level.
Well, that was going to be my question. Was that, do you think he would put up the same numbers if he was in Anthony Davis's spot?
I think
the numbers would be the same.
I think offensively, yes, but I think they lose defensively. I think they lose defensive schematics.
Okay.
I think they lose defensive schemes because I think they lose a lot of the post game. Let's be honest. Karl-Anthony Towns does a lot of shooting the three. He does not really like to play with his back against, the rim. He's not he's not the typical back you down type of center. I think that Anthony Davis is a better inside player, and I think he's more of an efficient 15-footer three-point shooter than Karl-Anthony Towns, and I think his basketball IQ is a lot better. So you win more with Anthony Davis, in my opinion. I could be completely wrong.
Cat's averaging 40% from three, so he's definitely a better three-point shooter. But
he shoots more.
Back up,
he
back to
more
the basket. Too. It's not, it's not even comparable.
So nobody's sliding Karl-Anthony Towns. I think he deserves to be on the reserve. I mean,
he will be,
and
he will be.
And I would hope so, because of the fact that if you're going to take Trae Young, who has the worst record as far as team-wise, and make him a starter, then don't slight Karl-Anthony Towns because he plays for the Timberwolves.
That's very true.
Right.
That's very true.
And I'm a Clipper fan, Dre.
Yes.
I'm a Clipper fan. So
you do agree.
And I agree with you. I agree with you about Kawhi. I agree with you about Kawhi. Kawhi, even though he's played 22 games or something like that, that's still not enough to justify you being a starter. Now, him being in reserve, okay. But there's other people that could have took that spot, like Damian Lillard or
how about his teammate?
And same thing going with Karl-Anthony Towns. He's only played 28 games out of 40-something.
That's what I'm saying. He missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
28 games, 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists a game.
Yeah. I mean, when anybody has that,
which is very,
when anybody has that amount of time off, I mean, you coming back, you have a lot more energy than guys that actually played the whole 40+ games.
Oh yeah, that's why I kind of side a little bit with Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams and all them. And it's not and as far as they have a little bit of rumbling going on, because like Kawhi, Paul George is gone right now with his injury. You should go ahead and play at least 1 or 2 back-to-backs, and then you would have a little bit more credibility. But since you're not sacrificing, and don't get me wrong, I'm a big-time Clipper fan. But come on, man, you got to give it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just wanted, like I said, I wanted to call in. I just wanted to throw my spice in on the big man thing, because we don't talk about the big man enough. I feel like they don't get enough love. We always guard happy.
Yeah, we are a guard happy league. But you know, there aren't a lot of big men out there that are actually, talk about worthy. I think that Karl Anthony Towns, in order for him to grow as a basketball player, I think getting out of Minnesota, unless he just takes the money, he's going to have to get out of Minnesota. I don't know where. I don't know where he can go. But his buddy over there that is supposed to be his Batman to his Robin, or his Robin to his Batman, and we're talking about Wiggins is so up and down. I mean, he'll give you 3 games where it's like, oh my God, this is the Wiggins that we've been waiting for, and then he'll give you 20 straight games of, boy, if you don't go sit down somewhere.
But
you gotta take them 10 points and go somewhere with that.
At the trade deadline, he might get traded to a contender. It's still not out of the realm of that. Maybe Houston would use him down there.
I think he'd be good coming off the bench.
In Houston?
Yes. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see Wiggins being a starter.
No, I'm talking about Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh no, he's talking about Karl Anthony Towns, because I would take him over Capella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
At least Capella. At least he would stretch the floor. Capella can't stretch the floor.
Yeah, Capella plays better defense though. And Capella
and that they're offensive minded.
Yeah, and Capella stays in his role. You ain't got to pull Capella to the side and say stop shooting threes. You ain't got to pull Capella to the side and say stop shooting the 15-footer.
But when you have a dude jacking up 16 threes and you don't have anybody, and he's the dependent scorer on that team, now that you got Karl Anthony Towns, you can throw it down in there, and you can. So they can't throw it into a Capella and say, "Do your work." They can't do that.
He's a better.
You can throw it into Karl Anthony Towns and say, "Okay, do work." Yeah. That'll take a little pressure off of Harden a little bit.
Yeah, but Karl Anthony Towns isn't a back to the rim player though.
Yes, he is. He's more.
Well,
he's
get
more
him in transition though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not enough balls. Put it this way: there's not enough balls to go around. Karl Anthony Towns is not going to accept a role to stand under the rim while James Harden and Russell Westbrook put up 50 shots and all he's supposed to do is rebound. Capella will do that because Capella don't care about shooting the ball on offense. All he does for those two
and they're
guards.
dropping in the playoff standings.
Well,
so they might have to go another route with a big guy.
Nah.
And you don't have to have him have his back to the basket. You could give it to him, and he could face the basket and still score.
It's not enough balls for him is what I'm saying.
Well, they'll drop
maybe Boston.
Yeah.
I was thinking Boston might have been because they're soft in that inside.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll fill that void that what's his name took to Philly.
Yeah. Well, I'm a throw a wild card out there for you, and I never thought about this until you guys started throwing other teams in there. And let's send Karl Anthony Towns to Memphis. Have him and John Morant work together.
Oh,
I think that's a good look. Both of them are young. John Morant could completely get Karl Anthony Towns involved, and that is the big guy that they're missing that could actually get them buckets. I just think they complement each other. So I mean that's there's something to look at.
They would do the same thing as like Jason Collins and Trae Young do in Atlanta.
Yeah. But I like Jason Collins, but he's no Karl Anthony Towns.
All I'm saying is they feed off each other.
Yeah.
But he would be a way better upgrade.
Yes.
So you give John Morant someone at a better upgrade instead of a C. He's a B plus.
Yeah. And that'll get Memphis back in the hunt. This coming this close to trade deadline. But Antonio, man, we appreciate the phone call, brother.
Yes, sir.
Radio.
Most definitely, man.
Hit us up again, bro. Hit us up again.
Hey, no doubt. Thank you for taking my call. You gentlemen, please enjoy this weekend and be safe out there.
You too, man.
We will. Thank you. You too, man.
Antonio Holiday, man, JV coach over at Cimarron Memorial High School for the girls, man, out there. Coaching girls basketball is hard for me, man. it's hard for me to sit at my son's basketball games and watch the girls play because, it's like, the score may be 15-17 at halftime.
Yeah.
That type of joy.
You still yell, though.
But, yeah, man.
You still yell and holler.
That's it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I mean, the trade deadline is here. All-star reserves will be getting picked here in the next week or so. And what does your favorite team need to do in order to make a push for the playoffs?
Trade Kuzma.
Yeah. We've been hearing a lot of trade Kyle Kuzma for the Los Angeles Lakers because of his bad basketball IQ and things like that. And I've heard a lot of people say trade Caldwell Pope also. But LeBron James has came out to the media and said, we have enough.
They do.
Because if LeBron James played for any other team and the media was screaming to get another superstar over there or trade somebody to get another superstar to get LeBron some help, we wouldn't hear the end of it. But all of a sudden, I don't hear that type of noise.
They were doing it in Cleveland. They were doing that in Cleveland. That's why they gave away everybody for Clarkson and Nance Jr.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is I don't hear a lot of noise.
And they were in first place.
Yeah. I just don't hear a lot of noise over there in L.A. with them saying, why does LeBron need more help? It's like, we need more help.
Here is my thing that when I hear everybody say, well, they need a point guard to run the offense and to get people better shots. Dude, LeBron is doing that. He's leading the league in assists. That's what he's doing.
Basically. And he was.
So you mean to tell me if we bring over Derrick Rose gonna handle the ball the whole time? What?
And get everybody involved the way LeBron James doing.
And how many games is Derrick Rose winning over there in Detroit?
Right. Oh, we go completely from that and go get Collison, and he's gonna come in and take the ball out of LeBron's hand. You go. No, that's not gonna happen.
If you could sign a free agent, it makes sense to sign a free agent, but trades don't make any sense.
Yeah.
No.
They're gonna wait for this Iguodala thing to hopefully, come through and maybe get somebody like him, but they don't need to make any trade.
Well, they say Clippers may be in the mix of getting Derrick Rose. And let me tell you something about Derrick Rose right now. Let's stand on my soapbox right now, man. Derrick Rose is balling. There's no denying Derrick Rose.
Sure he is.
If you could get Derrick Rose right now without giving up much, why not? And I think Clippers would be smart if they did that. Because Derrick Rose has something to prove, man. He still wants to prove that he still has a lot of basketball left in him.
It's a major problem with that, though, to me. Don't you think that would there'd be too many in the backcourt with Lou Williams, Derrick Rose, Pat Beverly.
Beverly's up there with the starters. Derrick Rose would be good coming off the bench.
But wouldn't that take minutes away from Lou Williams, who owns the six-man spot?
No, it wouldn't take minutes away because he'll be the starting. Derrick Rose would be the starting point guard coming off the bench.
So he'll take Beverly.
I thought you were saying Derrick Rose. Would be off the bench.
Alongside Lou Williams, I think that two right there. Yikes! I mean, the way Derrick Rose is playing, he's out there Allen Iverson-ish, and Lou Williams, who loves to shoot going to his left, that you just cannot stop. You cannot stop that shot. And so I think it will help the Clippers. I think it'll help the Lakers if Lakers had him coming off the bench. That's a lot of that's less time that Rondo has to spend on the floor. You only play Rondo in situational situations because he's a better defender and he's a better distributor of the ball in the open court. I mean,
nobody's going to give up Derrick Rose for Rondo.
No, they're not going to do it. I would.
I mean, I'm not saying he'd be the focal point of the trade. It'd have to be Kuzma and somebody else. But would you throw in Rondo? Would somebody want to take Rondo in that trade? I don't think so.
Rondo has shown that if he doesn't go to a team that he particularly likes, he kind of shows.
I think the Lakers
shows
are
out
fine.
a little bit.
I think the Lakers are fine. I think we're fine.
Yeah.
And Rondo plays pretty well in the playoffs. So
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
You know who's on that Lakers team who I thought would be, and maybe I need to see him play in the playoffs. Who I thought would just be better at this point is Avery Bradley. I mean, he is an okay defender right now with the Lakers, and his spot shooting is probably worse than Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope is a better shooter out of the two. And right now, a better defender out of the two. They have Avery Bradley, starting right now. I mean, I guess it's a strategic move, but I'm not seeing the Avery Bradley of old with this Lakers team.
He's had a few nagging little injuries. He's coming off that, flip of the ankle. So
he gets hurt every week. Though.
Yeah,
he's not a good player anymore.
That's what I'm saying,
he's
bro.
Injury prone. He hasn't been good for a while.
And I'm looking at him, and if anybody, and you Laker fans can get on me about this because I'm known for not really liking the Lakers, but I can give you some real life basketball analysis. But Avery Bradley would be on a trading block for me.
That's the problem with the Lakers, though. You don't have a trading block. Like who wants Avery Bradley? That's the whole thing. Everybody wants to make these crazy trades. You cannot trade for Derrick Rose unless you throw Kyle Kuzma, which would be stupid.
Because the money has to match.
Kuzma's the only good player that you could trade, but his money is so low that you can't trade him for anything that he's worth. Yeah. If his money was more and there was trade rumors about Kuzma, I'm like, okay, cool. We might be able to get a lot for him, so it might be a good trade. But with his skill set and the little money he's making, there's no trade out there to make. Lakers don't have any trades to make. No one's taking Avery Bradley. No one's taking Rajon Rondo.
Let me tell you who would take Avery Bradley right now.
Memphis didn't want it.
No, Home Depot for a box of 9-inch nails. That's what you can get for Avery Bradley right now. Because there's not a lot of money.
No.
Let's be honest.
So just let him play.
Or you could trade him to Lowe's for a couple of screens for your window at home.
I would trade him for Delonte West right now.
Absolutely not.
Delonte West.
So, I mean, Avery Bradley right now, I mean, I don't see them re-signing him. When I see him play, it almost hurts because I used to think that Avery Bradley was a serviceable guy in the league. Right now, it's just like he's just out there.
To me, when he as hurt as he is all the time, what Quan has said, why do they keep starting him and putting him in there? Put somebody else in there and let him just sit down and get healthy as he can, and let somebody else play in that spot.
What's the one white guy that's on the team? Point guard.
Alex Caruso.
Why Caruso?
He's their best point guard. He's their best point guard on the team.
Why better than LeBron?
No.
But he's saying complimentary type of guard, like the best guard if you're looking at guard, right? LeBron's not a guard. He's just playing that position right now.
He shoots well,
right?
And he can work off LeBron probably better.
He plays hard, but let me tell you what lacks with Caruso, and this is why.
The defense.
The defense is bad, bros. It's bad. And then, he's getting beat so bad that it's going to get their bigs in more foul trouble. Because the Lakers have three big men that are shot block happy. I mean, you throw a real good hard pump fake at either one of those and they're off the ground. And the only person you got to worry about landing and breaking a bone is who? Anthony Davis. Because am I the only one that anytime Anthony Davis goes to the ground, it's like,
hold your breath.
Here we go. That's weird.
Oh, he's okay.
He plays hard.
Yeah.
He'll give you all he got.
Oh, he's okay.
Right? But Caruso defense is lackluster. Rondo's defense is okay. Avery Bradley's defense is not the Avery Bradley defense of old. Kyle Kuzma's defense sometimes just does not exist at that position. LeBron James' defense is way better than it has been in the past 2 years, and it's still not like it used to be when he first started in Cleveland.
Yeah.
So the only real defenders that the Lakers have is Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. That's it. They are the three anchors of that defense. Let me tell you why I think the Lakers have enough. I think that Kyle Kuzma will settle down when playoffs come and they play him situational basketball and he'll get a taste of the playoffs. I think he'll play better. I think Caldwell Pope, situational basketball in the playoffs, will play better. I think that DeMarcus Cousins come back for the playoffs and give you a little bit more than you did than you had at that position. So now you have four guys who legitimately are decent and good defenders from the center position going into the playoffs. That's a good look.
We're fine.
Which means that you'll be okay.
Like Quan said, if you bring in a veteran, once the trade deadline happens to help out the bench or help with some shooting or whatever, then we'll take it.
Yeah.
But trading somebody,
no,
especially Kuzma right now,
you don't need any trade.
And they've had the best record in the West the entire year since Game 3. People just chirp out. People overdo it.
Yeah, I think,
and people are looking for perfection every night from him, and you can't do that because everybody else is giving them their best.
Yeah, that's it. I think that Atlanta could do some trades. I think that Memphis could do some trades. I think Houston could do a trade. There are a couple of teams that need to make some trades in order to just stay afloat. Maybe Toronto. But I don't think teams like the Clippers, the Lakers, the Bucks, Philly, kind of really need to make any trades. I think those top 2 or 3 teams on the East and on the West are pretty.
Philly,
maybe.
Philly does? I think Philly does.
I think Philly misses J.J. Redick.
They have no shooters, and they will not last without any shooters.
They miss them. And how many shooters are available? How much money do they have? That's what I'm saying. Like, they might as well ride it out with the squad they got.
They've been very good the last 2 years of making trade day trades for some shooters.
Yeah.
So,
well, Dallas made a pretty good one, I think, at that position when Powell went down. They went over and got Willie Cauley-Stein from the Golden State Warriors for a second-round draft pick. I think that's going to help them. He's not a bad player. He is a rebounder. He's a defender, and he'll complement that Dallas Mavericks team. San Antonio, they may be trying to move your guy DeMar DeRozan, but I wouldn't. Right now, San Antonio's pretty hot right now. They started out pretty slow. But right now they're playing some really good basketball. They're starting to insert some of them young guys, DeJounte Murray, and
I mean you hear Kyle Korver's names come up to join the Lakers, but Utah's not going to give him up.
No. Kyle Korver doesn't play for Utah.
Who's he play for?
The Bucks.
He
ain't going nowhere.
So
and Bucks ain't giving him up right now.
They're not giving him up.
They're going to take him all the way to the playoffs.
Right. So it's like, stop that rumor.
Right.
Because he's not getting traded to the Lakers. Why would they trade him to the Lakers?
Where's Darren Williams when you need him?
Man.
Ridiculous, man.
No, the Lakers are fine, man.
And going back to the Derrick Rose thing, people forget Derrick Rose played with LeBron before, and they did not play very well together.
Actually, they did. So, over in Cleveland.
Really?
Over in Cleveland.
Yeah, I don't.
So, I remember when...
He quit the team. I mean, he quit basketball.
Well, I remember when Derrick Rose came in that trade over to Cleveland. And I'm sitting there watching Derrick Rose, and I'm like, Derrick Rose is balling right now, like low key. Like all of the media, all of the attention obviously was on LeBron James and the other trades that they got, and they kind of wrote Derrick Rose off. I'm a Derrick Rose guy, so I actually watched him a little bit more.
But that's when he was going through things mentally, and he was disappearing. Not, he would be gone for weeks at a time.
Right, but when he was playing, I was like, that looks like the Derrick Rose of old.
And he's a player that needs the ball in his hand. He's not off the ball performer like some players are. He needs the ball in his hand to work.
Yeah, and that
takes the ball out of LeBron's hand.
And it's hard to play those two at the same time. That's why I said he would be good for like a second unit type of deal. And that's probably why he's doing good over in Detroit.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things going on in sports, man.
It's got to make sense, man.
It's got to make sense. And some of you basketball enthusiasts out there, some of you basketball fans, some of you overhypers, slow down a little bit sometime, man. You know, your team has 1 week of playing bad basketball, and you guys are ready to trade everybody and the GM. Makes no sense. Things could be worse. You could be a Nets fan. Things could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Right? So, with that being said, man, we appreciate everybody chiming in and Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio. Hey, guess what? There's a Super Bowl next weekend. Who you got? Who you rolling with?
I think we should go in next week.
Yeah. Who you got?
Go in real hard next week.
Who you got? Who you rolling with? Pick a side. And if you're like me and you don't vote for anybody or root for anybody but your team,
you just want to see a good game.
You just want to see a good game. I don't care who wins. I have no stock in that game at all.
Zero.
Supposed to be.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring, real good game.
Supposed to be a Super Bowl, is what I heard.
It is.
Yeah.
A lot of red.
It's a lot of red going on. So big ups to all you Whoopers out there at 40 years old plus, still out there doing their thing. And so let me throw a couple of things out there before we get out of here. The Game artist, the rapper, The Game, has a dope album. Go check it out. Eminem has a dope album. Go check it out. Fantasia has a new dope album. Check it out. Triple X XDCion has a dope album.
Extension.
Go check it out.
Extension.
These are all new albums that are dropped, and there's some good albums out there. So to all you people out there who are complaining that there's not enough good music out there, man, just open your mind a little bit. Music changes over the course of time. All right?
Yeah.
So,
just like times change in the NBA.
That's it.
LeBron is going to pass Kobe, and ain't nobody tripping.
Yeah,
so stop the narratives.
Yeah, I don't think that. And LeBron already.
Kobe is still going to be first ballot Hall of Famer, just like LeBron.
Yeah, and Kobe Bryant himself has said that he congratulates LeBron. So if he can be happy for him, so can you Kobe fans who just do not want to see Kobe lose at anything. Y'all more mad that he about to get his scoring thing.
You'd be really mad when he passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ooh, because guess what? This is a guy that does, quote unquote, does not want to score. That is passing your favorite score of all time.
But I think
something to think about.
I think a lot of people want the hatred that they have for both players, for Kobe and LeBron, to have the same hatred for each other. And it's just not. They are super cool with each other. They don't hate each other. They don't hate each other. So the fans that's wanting that to happen, man, stop. It's not gonna happen. Them dudes are contemporaries. They're NBA brotherhood. Actually, LeBron said he looked up to Kobe in his younger days when he got in the league. So that's one of his guys. They played together in the Olympics. I mean, so come on now.
Yeah.
They're not going to hate each other like you may want them to hate each other. Stop.
Fans, boy, I'm telling you,
fanatics.
Jordan fans are on a whole nother level. Kobe fans are on a whole nother level, and LeBron fans are on a whole nother level, man. These are all three of those guys are great in their own right. But you put all three of those guys' fans in the same room, and it's gonna be some bloodshed.
The fight will happen.
It's gonna be some bloodshed, man. We appreciate everybody chiming in to Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio Show on this Saturday. Thanks for giving us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing us love.
Kind of light in here today, but we still made it happen.
Oh, we good though.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah.
We good, man. This is what we do, man. We've been doing this for a long time, G.
Yeah.
And we need everybody to share the live feed, man. Please. Please, we appreciate you. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk on IG. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk on Twitter. That's with 1T. Let the Ball Bounce at gmail.com. I will be sending out a sponsorship package. I will be putting it on the page and getting with Quan and getting. We're doing some new things. We're going to be putting commercials in our shows and on the app and things like that. And we're going to be allowing people who want to sponsor their business and things like that to really be out in the forefront. And it all comes with a price. We all know that.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be a hefty price. It's going to be the price is right. Here at Gorilla Cross Studios.
Come on down.
Come on down, man. Look, we appreciate you guys, man, for chiming in, man. We will definitely see you guys Tuesday at 6 p.m., man. Please stay tuned because we have upcoming some great shows for you right before the Super Bowl, man. And Tuesday will be my last show until the following Tuesday because I will be in Miami for the Super Bowl festivities.
Yeah.
And so just getting out of Vegas for a little bit, man, and kind of clearing my mind is something that I suggest that everybody does, whether you're in your home city, just getting out a little bit and
you should get your credentials made. And if you see anybody walking around, have your credentials on, LTBB credentials.
Yep.
And interview them.
I can do that too.
Yeah.
I could do that too.
And share them on the page.
Yeah, I could do that too.
There you go.
And have a shot with them too, all at the same time.
And have a shot.
I'm with it. Actually, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Get with Quan and see if we can put something together as far as credentials before I get out of here next Wednesday.
Might get you in some places too with those credentials. Yeah, your LTBB. Thank you.
Probably won't get me near the Super Bowl. Probably get me arrested, if anything. But yeah, man, we appreciate you guys chiming in, man. Please share the live feed, man. And this is what we do, man. We give you guys the best of sports talk radio. Your guy Dre Bailey, Bill Blockham, Logan in the building, man. Guess what, man? If you scared,
go sit in the congregation.